Good afternoon and welcome to this episode of Tiger Talk. I'm your host, Drew Elrod, Athletic Coordinator of Daresville High School. Joined again with our head coach, John Cudd. And Coach, let's just talk about last week to kick it off. So last week we had a huge crowd for future Tiger Night. So that was an awesome thing to see there at Tiger Stadium. There's always a lot of energy, a lot of excitement about that first home game. And came up just a little bit short. And I know in that game we look back over the course of four quarters and we say, hey, if the ball would have bounced that way, if we didn't have that penalty or that turnover, we're probably coming out on top. So even though that was a loss for us, like we talked about a few weeks ago with a young team, learning in those situations can prove to be an invaluable experience for our football team. So talk to us first of all about Pepperell, things that you thought we did well, some things that, even in that game, controversial call with a blocked field goal and all that. So just talk through some of those things and what you and your staff took away from Friday night.
Well, first of all, 18 penalties is unacceptable. And so we had to go back and reevaluate how we run practice, what we are letting kids get away with in practice, especially your false starts, your delay of games, offsides penalties, and even the excessive stuff after the whistle. We had to reevaluate what we're doing and how we're handling that during practice. There was some questionable things. There's some things we saw on film that we didn't really see, but the call was made, and that's the way it goes sometimes.
Right.
I thought the kids played hard.
Absolutely.
I thought we had more bought in this week than we did the week before. Sometimes you get out there and it's easy for a kid that's new to say, man, maybe the lights are a little too bright for me right now, but I thought we had more to take that step. There's still some kids that we've got to get more out of because they're capable. And that's going to come with experience. There's just being able to get in those situations and put their best foot forward. But there was a lot of takeaways. We're still making some of the similar mistakes we made the first week on defense, just fitting the right places, making sure we're fitting the right gaps. But the effort level was there, and,
sure.
and if you've got the effort level, we can fix the little things. So, offensively, I thought we ran the ball better. And Pepperell's going to have a good football team this year. They're always a tough team. They're always
right.
Tough on defense. They always are pretty good up front. They run the ball well. But I thought we ran the ball better. We protected better at times. We just got to limit it seems second down, we're always in second and long because of a holding or a false start or something like that. So we've got to limit those things. But coming out of it, I thought we definitely we played better.
Absolutely.
We played harder, and we didn't quit, even though we had that 18-play drive there where it was four fourth downs that they were the benefit of. We had a safe call on the punt, on the fake punt, had the coverage on we wanted, and just we just didn't make a play. We gave up a 4th and long on a little out route, comeback route where the blitz should have been there. One of the guys didn't blitz, and we kind of ran into the chest of the other guy that we were trying to scheme around, and then we gave up a hitch and go on a 3rd and long in a cover 3, which seems to be our Achilles heel right now. And then of course the block field goal.
Block field, yeah.
So, but
yeah,
special teams was good.
Yeah, I mean we talk about it all the time. I know we harp. Not just us, but I think, you get in the routine of saying offense, defense, but man, that third component, special teams, in a close game, that can be the difference. And the block field goal, we mentioned that, the punt conversion that they got, I think they called it pass interference on us.
Right.
And I'm like you, I thought we were right there, and I thought that call, was a little bit questionable. But either way, there it was.
Right.
And the first drive of the game, we drive down, offense was really clicking, looking good. We don't get any points there. So I think when you go back and look, a lot of positives from the Altoona game to the Pepperell game.
Right.
So hopefully carrying that through against a good Cass team.
Yeah, for sure.
And but I'm like you. I think Pepperell, like we talked about leading into the game, they're going to be a hard-nosed team. They're going to run the football well. They're going to play solid defense. And the game was exactly what we thought it would be. We just came out on the bad side of it that time. So moving ahead to this week, we've got Cass coming in. and a team that we're familiar with. We've played them for many years here, and so you've been a part of that not only as a defensive coordinator but as a head coach. We've had some battles with Cass, and that's always an exciting time. Whether we play here or at Doug Cochran Stadium, it's always a good crowd. It's a lot of energy and excitement about this rivalry. So let's talk about Cass this year. I know last few years, super talented, had a lot of kids go to the next level. Names that come to mind, everybody knows Jacoby White. He's at Georgia. The Henderson boys have went on to some other places. A kid went to App State, one of the Ellis kids there. One's at Auburn, reclass. So you would think with all that graduating, they would be down a little bit, but we know they're still talented.
They are.
They got the quarterback. He's back on to Mississippi State. Bear McWater, the lineman, going to Michigan. And some good pieces around those guys. So far, Cass is 1-1. They open up in the Corky Kell against a really good LaGrange team.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I know that you guys had scouted LaGrange last year thinking that we might play them in the playoffs. So LaGrange was a semifinal team, even though they're a 3A school. And LaGrange beat them 27-7, but we know that game was probably a lot closer than the score.
Yeah.
And then they handled Model pretty impressively last week, 55-14. So we've got Cass coming in. And we've got our work cut out for us. So talk to me about practice this week. How's it been going? You've had to love the weather.
Absolutely.
And getting to practice after school, outside, that's been a blessing.
Yes.
But talk to me about what kind of challenges that Cass presents to our team and kind of what we're going to do. Obviously not giving the full game plan, but just basic things about what you expect going into this Friday night.
Right. Well, first of all, they're big up front on both sides of the ball. They got a lot of size. They're anchored by McWater on the offensive line. You got the quarterback back this year as well. That's a really good piece there that can throw it and run the football. So I think that's the part of his game that he's really gotten better at is being able to pull the ball down and run. The backs, they lost their back to Cartersville, but the backs that they're playing, both of them are very, very capable. They break tackles well. They got good vision. They see holes, so they're good there in the run game. They get a good push up front. There's some pieces. They got the same young man they had. I think he's the Henderson kid in the slot that plays well. They've got the Tatum kid that's going to Kennesaw State at tight end, and he's a load. He's a big kid that's played against us for, it seems like, the last 10 years. But he's back this year and does a great job. They got a new face out, number 5. I'm not sure what his name is, but I can't find him on the roster. But Lord knows he's a big kid that can go get a football. So there's a lot of pieces on offense for them to be successful. And it seems like, they started clicking against Model more than the LaGrange game. LaGrange has got a lot of guys back this year, and I know Coach Napier, I talked to him, he said that we're going to have a really good team this year. So, but going in defensively, they like to bring a lot of pressure. They're very athletic still. Last year I think they're missing that safety on the back end, but the guy that they've replaced him with, he's very similar to him. He's a younger kid, but he's going to be a really good player for him as well. So we've just got, kicking game. They're not maybe as good in the kicking game as they have been, or what we've seen so far on film. They've had a kicker the last few years, but I expect them to give us their best effort just because it's a county rivalry. We played each other for years, and I expect their best efforts.
Yeah. And so as they come in here tomorrow night at 7:30, we want to see a huge crowd again, Coach. And I think looking from last week, crowd was amazing. The student section hit it out of the park. So we're looking for another exciting time in Tiger Stadium at 7:30. Coach, today we've got our JV Tigers. They're going to Sonoraville.
Yes, sir.
For their second game. And so we're excited to see them play up there. We have a middle school game today in the high school stadium at Tiger Stadium. So our middle school's playing New Hope, if I'm not mistaken. And so if you can, you get out. You go watch our high school JV if you want to go watch them at Sonoraville. Or you can watch our middle school here. Our middle school had a big win, Coach, last week against Christian Heritage. So that was exciting to see those guys out there competing, working hard. Volleyball today is on the road. They are at Pickens. And then we also are hosting softball today against Ridgeland. And so softball went up there and won a big region game on Tuesday. So we're looking to take that series against Ridgeland today at home. So, Coach, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. We're looking forward to seeing our guys back out there competing in another tough non-region game.
Yes, sir.
Coach Cudd mentioned this a few weeks ago before we played Cartersville. We want to make sure that we're playing teams that's going to make us better.
Right.
Because obviously we want to win all of them, but the ones that really count as far as playoffs when we hit region play.
Yes, sir.
And so we're excited about that. And another opportunity to get better and to play a really good Cass team. So you be here if you can tomorrow night at 7:30. Get here early, get loud, and if you can be here today for the softball game or go travel to watch JV football, go out and support your Tigers. We appreciate all the support of our businesses, our parents, community members. We could not do this without you. And so until next time, go Tigers.